Split stitch is a really versatile stitch actually. You can use it as a stitch in its own right, or you can shade with it, and you can do lots of rows together and build up a filling with it, or you can use it as an edging underneath a satin stitch or a long and short stitch, and that just gives the edge a little bit of height, and it helps you make a nice smooth edge. So I'll just show you the basic stitch, which is the same for all of those three methods. So I'm going to work around in this circle here. Now here's one that I've already stitched here, so this is what it's going to look like. I'm just going to start right in the middle of this because I'm going to fill this in later. So I'm going to put my knot and two little starting stitches right in the middle of this shape because I'm going to fill it in. I'm just going to come up on the edge of my circle there and take just a forward stitch. It doesn't matter if you go left to right or right to left, it doesn't matter with this stitch. So I'm going to go in a left to right in a clockwise direction and a little straight stitch forward. That's about 2 millimeters long, and all I'm going to do is split the stitch, hence split stitch. I'm going to come up from underneath and go right through the middle of the stitch. You can see that there, splitting that stitch, so up through the middle, and then another little forward stitch the same length if you can, pull it all the way through, up from underneath. Just take your time to make sure you split it, actually going through the very middle of the stitch, the middle lengthways and the middle widthways if you can. Just follow your shape around. Now it's quite important, this makes very nice fine lines, this stitch, so you need to be quite accurate with where you place it, and I'm going to use this to go underneath a different stitch, underneath a satin stitch. So I'm making sure I just come to the outside of my design line. If your split stitch doesn't cover the line now, it's not going to later, so really make sure whichever form you're using this in, you cover your design lines well with it, because it is a very fine stitch. It's a very simple stitch, it's not difficult, but just make sure you do it as accurately as you can. So there, underneath, splitting it through the middle. Little forward stitch. Don't make these stitches too long because they are straight stitches, and if you are going around a curve like I am, if you make them too big you'll get a very stepped curve. So all the way through, just cut that knot off to get it out of the way. Nice smooth line as possible. Now if you are struggling to find the middle from underneath because you can't actually see underneath, you can go from the top. So you would come up ahead of yourself this time, like so, and you can actually go down into that stitch and split it from the top. It's a little bit easier to see if you're not quite so confident. Yep, with your stitching it does the same job. So from the top, just take your time to get it in the right place from the top, and you can see from the top where the middle of that stitch is. Split it and take the thread down. It does give you a slightly thicker stitch on the back, but it's only a small stitch, you won't notice. If you can go from the back, go from the back, but if not, you can go down from the front. And you can just work your way around the whole shape. So I'm just coming up to my last few stitches now. Just keep going right till you meet up. Now they do actually meet there, but I haven't split this one yet, so I'm going to come back and split it from the bottom. There we go. And then I'm going to split that very first one again and take that needle back down through it, splitting that one, and that's joined up my two ends of split stitch. If you're just working a straight line, you can just go all the way to the end of the straight line. And then 2 little stitches just to finish that off. And that finishes off my split stitch.